A tiny, tranquil arena in Seattle is about to explode into a madhouse. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Los Angeles Lakers against the defending world champion Seattle Supersonics. Not a seat to be had in the house. We'll have 9,500 on hand, screaming their lungs out for their beloved Sonics, who trail the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Final 2-1.
The NBA on CBS. Today's Western Conference Championship game is sponsored by Exxon, people finding and developing energy for you. A Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Transamerica Corporation, first-rate service at a fair price.
It's game 4, the Western Conference Championship, the Seattle Supersonics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger along with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley. And Russ, we talked so much about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but the Lakers got help from one of the wingmen on Friday night.
Jamal Wilkes. You know, he's so smooth that he's almost pretty, but he's too tough to be pretty. You know, he had some problems the first couple of games, but then he got his rhythm, then his confidence, then production.
Let's take a look now at some of that production Friday night. He scored 21.
You know, as the game progressed, he won the ball more and more because he had the confidence. And with that confidence came the production. And when he's shooting and wants the ball, he is tough.
Let's go to Jamal Wilkes with Hot Rod Hundley.
All right, Brent and Jamal, in that game Friday night, I didn't think the Lakers could have won it without your shooting in the second half. You made 9 out of 11 in the second half and 5 in a row and really came out of your slump.
Yeah, Rod, I shot the ball well that second half. I haven't shot the ball well at all this whole series, and it was very timely, I should say. And you know, we know that they're feeling up against the wall right now, and we like to come out and get this game too.
How about when they rebounded at the other end? When they go with Lonnie Shelton along with Paul Salas, you're giving away about 40 pounds, yet you had 10 rebounds in that game.
Well, yeah, Rod. Well, it's a lot tougher when they go with that duo, but then it's harder for them to play our transition game as well. So, you know, it's a little give and take, and I kind of have to brace up.
Okay, good luck to you today, baby.
Thanks, Rod.
All right, let's go back to Brent and Russ.
All right, Hot Rod, thank you very much. 53% of their points. That's what they get out of the Sonic guards. Now, in game 1, Freddie Brown tossed in 34, but he was rather quiet Friday night, Russ.
You know, he's one of the great pure shooters of all time, Brent. But, you know, he is so delicate that it doesn't take very much to throw him off. You know, when he's shooting, like he took a couple of shots that he thought were 3 points, but the referee said he's on the line. And the next time he was so conscious of the three-point line, I think it might have thrown his shots off.
Well, here is just what Russ is talking about after the one called stepping on the line counted 2. So let's go to Freddie Brown and Hot Rod Hundley.
Freddie, in that game Friday night, you missed 5 tries from three-point range, but you hit 4 in a row in that fourth quarter, and you've been shooting phenomenal. 25 out of 42, most of them long range. Do you know where you are when you're taking that three-point shot?
Yeah, I don't look down this line at all. I just know what I'm doing. But I think that's been a problem. Teammates have been looking a little bit too much to me because of the points that I scored the first night in L.A. What we're going to do now is not let my teammates look at me. I'm going to do it on my own within the framework of the game, and we're going to let Kareem do his and hold everybody else down, and hopefully we'll win the game today.
You like that pressure in the fourth quarter? You seem to want the ball under those circumstances.
Well, that's something that I've been doing over the course of the year, so, and, you know, it's gotten to be a habit, so, you know, that's not going to be a factor at all. When the fourth quarter comes, I'll take it within the framework of the game.
Are you going to try to get more scoring out of your front line in this game this afternoon?
Definitely. I think we made some mistakes in not going to the front line when Lonnie Shelton was being guarded by Magic Johnson, and if they persist in doing that, then we're going to burn them down low.
Okay, good luck to you today, Freddie.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to Brent for the introduction to the starting lineup.
All right, Hot Rod, now for Paul Westhead and the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll have Jim Jones and smooth as silk Jamal Wilkes at forward, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at center, Norm Nixon and Magic Johnson at guard. And for the defending world champions, Seattle Supersonics, coached by Lenny Wilkins, we'll have Lonnie Shelton, John Johnson, Jack Sikma, Gus Williams, and Dennis Johnson. Now for the referees, we will have Jake O'Donnell, the lead man on the left, working with Paul Mahalik on the right-hand side. Tommy Nunez will be the alternate. Wait a minute. Who is that? Hot Rod Hundley. That looks terrific.
He's been making calls all series anyway, Brent.
You never know when you need work.
Magic Johnson coming out here to be introduced to the crowd. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has been the leading scorer for the Lakers in each of the 3 games. 26 in their losing effort in the opener, and then he has come back with 31 and 33-point efforts. Now it is time for the champions to be introduced in Seattle. Les Habecker, Lenny's assistant, standing up there. And the University of Washington cheerleaders are here, the Husky girls.
Now here are the world champions, Seattle Supersonics.
Here comes John Johnson. He led this team in assists, which is saying something for a forward, but of course the guards carry the scoring burden. There's the Incredible Hulk, Lonnie Shelton at that power forward spot. Dennis Johnson, who has been in a slump. I'm going to talk to Bill Russell about that in just a moment. And the Wizard, Gus Williams. And the man with the toughest job in the world right now, Jack Sikma, who must go up against Abdul-Jabbar. Russ, I mentioned Dennis Johnson's slump. What seems to be his problem?
Well, his production, point-wise, is up, but he's not doing some of the things that he normally does as well. I think that he and Jack Sikma particularly were probably more affected by the Milwaukee series than any of the players on the Sonics, because they took quite a beating, and I think it might have taken the edge off of both of them.
Huddled around Lenny Wilkins. Yesterday's practice was a closed session, Hot Rod, and Lenny told me they just wanted to go over some basic defenses against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They're going to definitely have to have help inside. The big guy wants that ring, and he has played fantastic. He's averaged over 30 in the playoffs, and I think Freddie Brown summed it up best, Brent. He said that we have got to get more points out of the front line, that they've got to stop relying on me to come in and save them at the end.
Well, John Johnson was 5 of 13 from the field. Shelton only 2 of 8. Sikma 6 of 13 Friday night. He had 13 points. John Johnson got to that free throw line 10 times Friday night and hit 9. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will be there, leading the Lakers away. He was 15 of 21, and his main opponent will be Jack Sikma. Sikma's 6'11", 230 out of Illinois Wesleyan. This is his 3rd year in the NBA, and even at 6'11", he's giving away about 4 inches to Kareem, who is one of the writers said here in Seattle, it's true, puts his shorts on one leg at a time. The trouble is he pulls them up about a foot higher than anybody else. Jake O'Donnell will toss it up. Well, that's a late reaction. Come on, Russ. Sunday afternoon already. We got to wake you up.
He didn't put his clock forward.
Hey. So that laugh was about a dirty thought I had about what you just said,
I'm
Brent.
sorry. We are underway. Controlled by Magic. And the Lakers bring it down to the attack. They have elected to shoot at the first basket in the half as they did Friday night. The road team has the option. The two coaches watching the early action as Kareem rotates in from this. And here come the Sonics. Williams on a pull-up is off to the left. Sikma had it taken right away from him by Jamal Wilkes. Hot Rod talked to Jamal about his rebounding. And Lenny on the left and Westhead on the right. Watch Jones, and it's out. A little bit too much English. JJ with a lead to Lonnie Shelton, who's underneath. Loose. Dennis Johnson tracks it down. Taken off by Magic. Both teams a little tight. Norm Nixon. And the Lakers are on the board.
He's having quite a series, Norm Nixon, because he has had to force the Lakers to play at a faster pace than they ordinarily would. I can see him working to pick up the pace, and he's doing a good job at it.
They leave Shelton alone outside, Russ. That might change their approach.
Well, both coaches now are trying to find a weakness in the other. Somebody that's not shooting well, so they can help out.
Kareem missed. Sigma battling for the rebound. Out of the pack. Here's Dennis Johnson. Lead to John Johnson. Back to Dennis, who's fouled by Nixon. Nixon going for the ball. Slammed into Dennis accidentally.
Look, one thing that the Sonics are pushing the ball up the floor much quicker than they did Friday night, as they do on this play. JJ to the left, goes to the middle to DJ, and there's Nixon to bump him with a foul. You've got to keep pushing it at the Lakers. They must run against LA if they're going to have any success.
Nixon finished Friday night's game with 5 fouls. Had 3 at the half. JJ coming in on Kareem.
They set that up.
First on Abdul-Jabbar.
They forced the switch here. Ball goes to Shatton up top. They watch JJ split up to the middle. Kareem switches to him. And again, he stuck that left leg out as JJ made the move to the right side.
He has a knee wrap on that left leg. Gus underneath. Down the baseline. He got inside the defense, and there's no stopping him there.
Notice how those guards cut when JJ's got the ball. They know he'll give it up.
Magic sends it back to Jim Jones. They go inside, and as the ball was dumped off to Kareem, Jack Sigma was on him.
Look at him underneath as Kareem is trying to get into position. There's Sigma. Got a lock on him. The ball finally comes inside, and we got a foul.
This is definitely a contact game.
Jamal looking for shooting room. He was on the mark that time, but it just came right back out. When he was missing early in game 1 in the forum, I mean, he was really missing. And it's 6-2. Sonics build an early lead. Pressure from DJ, and here comes Nixon.
Well, he did something with a 24-second foul. Tommy Nunez, the alternate official, right with the clock.
How much? We're going to start from the
Best call he's
baseline.
made all year, huh?
It's on game clock. We're going to go right back. We stopped it after the score. Everything is right, Jake. 9:44 and a new 24. 24 seconds. 24 seconds.
All right, the Lakers are going to get the ball back at the end line, and
they'll get a fresh 24 seconds.
Right, it's at 20 right now, and we're going to have a timeout and get the clock situation together here, because, of course, this is where the Washington Huskies play. They do not have the shot clocks up above the glass backboards. We have 2 at each corner. We'll be right back.
I'm worried about future oil supplies. What's Exxon doing to help?
We've already invested $3 billion in Alaska, and in the years ahead, we'll invest billions more up here to supply the rest of the U.S. with oil and gas. And we're exploring north of Alaska, in the Arctic Ocean, where we will need to build man-made islands to hold our drilling rigs. It will clearly take more than one company's efforts to solve our energy problems, but Exxon is...
As you can see, one of the shot clocks in that corner is operating, but in the other corner, it is there. We finally got it at 24 while you were looking at it. You know, I'm rather surprised that they don't have a shot clock in each corner in this particular arena. When I came in here and saw only 2, I was amazed. And Philadelphia wins the Eastern Conference Championship 105-94. And we will have Game 5 on CBS of this series Wednesday night. The Lakers, of course, if they win today for the second time in Seattle, could wrap it up at home. Otherwise, we'll go back to Los Angeles tied at 2 games apiece, and that'll be on 11:30 Eastern time, 10:30 in Chicago. Now they've got the 2 clocks functioning, and the Lakers will get the ball out of bounds. Tommy Nunez says, we're all set, let's go. It is 6-2. Sonics leading the Lakers at 9:39 to go first period here in the Edmondson Pavilion at the University of Washington in Seattle. Kareem looking for a cutter. Offensive foul is called. Magic was backing in on Dennis Johnson, and he elbowed him.
That's away from the basketball. Watch him go behind the screen by Kareem. DJ fights through it, and there he's just holding his position there with the left arm. And that was a good call.
Gus maneuvers on Nixon. JJ looking, deflected by Wilkes. Williams controls. Pull up. Gus Williams Friday was 11 of 20, 23 points. He has really carried the scoring burden throughout the playoffs for the Sonics. JJ is with Wilkes. Spinner by Kareem, who dumps to Jones. Couldn't hit the layup, and Sonics control. DJ comes the length of the floor, penetrates with a left-hand layup. Pressure, Kareem, Shelton, and Gus. Sonics will get it back, and they are on fire here in the early going. Off now, Shelton on the shot. Didn't get the roll, but it goes to Gus Williams. And the Sonics are out fighting the Lakers with Freddie Brown up and cheering, and Michael Cooper getting ready to check in for L.A. No doubt in a hurry the way things are going. Paul Westhead will try to change the tempo. It is 12-2. Sonics. Looking out of a foxhole early. Sigma in front of Kareem, and there was a whistle that is so loud it is hard to hear it.
They're going to call it on Sigma, even though he was fronting Kareem. They're going to give the foul to him. He does not like the call. Here's Jack in front. Wilkes with the ball out front, and a call was made away from the ball, so the Lakers bring it back in bounds.
2 team fouls for the Sonics. Nixon. Kareem with an offensive rebound and a bit of a fadeaway under pressure. And here's Dennis Johnson. DJ dishes. Gus is alone. Taken down by Jones. Interesting that Westhead did not go to another early timeout here. Magic throws it up. Kareem underneath. Bounce it back. And here come the Sonics. Williams, wraparound, steal by Magic. Free-flowing end to end. Magic short on the glass. And as Wilkes came in, there was contact by John Johnson.
Seattle really missed a golden opportunity. They had a 3-on-2 break, but Gus kept the ball on the right side too long. Here's Magic. He throws it up off the glass. The ball ricocheted off, and fighting for the rebound coming down. Seattle, but a foul to the Sonics.
Lakers trailing by 10, and Nixon cuts it to 8.
You got to get that ball to the middle, Russ, right on the fast break play.
You know, that last shot that Magic Johnson took, he was trying to make that a pass. I don't think he couldn't have missed it that bad from that close. I think he was trying to bounce it off the backboard to Kareem.
JJ sends it to Sigma. Kareem was sagging off, and there's Magic underneath, and he lost control. Had the rebound, and it got away from him, and it'll go to the Sonics. L.A. shooting only 2 of 12. Meanwhile, Seattle blazing 6 of 11. Sigma is blocked by Kareem. Right to Dennis Johnson. They're getting the loose balls. Jones rebounds off the Nixon, who hits Gus Williams, and it's going to be against Gus.
Backcourt foul.
And the reason that's a foul is the offensive man has to have a step, or half a step at least, so he can make a turn and have a chance to stop. He did not have a chance to stop on that.
And that is the 4th team foul against Seattle. And there you can see exactly what Bill Russell was telling you about. We're going to be back to Seattle. We've got a timeout. Start tonight on CBS with an important story on 60 Minutes. The Kissinger-Shaw connection as they delve back into that Iranian crisis. So you want to see that and start Sunday night with 60 Minutes. And then, of course, we'll have Archie Bunker's Place. Here we are in Seattle, and Lenny Wilkins says we know we can win. We're in a good frame of mind. Well, I don't know if Gus is in a particularly good frame of mind right there.
He's meditating.
You know, one thing that I've noticed early in the game so far, that they have forced Kareem to take a shot he doesn't like to take. That turning to the middle, and he's halfway between a jump shot and a hook, and he's kind of throwing it up there. If they can keep him doing that, now he may get the points, but he'd have to work so hard to get the points that it will distort and hurt their offense.
Nixon misses the free throw, and the Lakers are very cold here in the early going. It's 12-4 already.
Kareem hasn't had a sky hook yet with the right hand. As Russ said, they're making him go to his left, the way he does not want to go.
Williams.
And Gus is going any way he wants to.
Here's John Johnson. Turn by Sikma. And watching two of the powers. Bailey on the left, Haywood on the right. They'll be dueling here. Smalls at the top. Into Norm Nixon. JJ puts it to the floor. Back to Dennis. Comes up on Jamal Wilkes and misfired.
He had a better one the first time.
Nixon yo-yoing the dribble. Here's Kareem. Turning in again, and he got help from Shelton that time, but he got the roll on the jump shot.
That is not the shot he wants to take. He would prefer to take the hook coming across the middle or going to the baseline.
Gus Williams brings it across the timeline for the Sonics. 14-7, and Williams with 6 points here in the first period. Each of the starters has scored for the Sonics. Williams. And now it's 8. And the veteran Paul Silas and young Mark Landsberger watching. On the turnover, here's Gus, 2-on-1. Dennis draws Magic and goes to the layup.
Excellent play. I think Magic thought he was going to drop it off, and Dennis gave him a good fake, went right to the basket.
All Seattle in the early going. Jamal lobs into Kareem. Rolls up his first hook shot and hit it on the run, but that was further away than he normally is when he gets to the lane, and Williams comes back. High arc, a beautiful shot. He caught the defense a step slow and simply took it right in after the Laker field goal. Now Nixon calls out the play. It's 20-9. Sonics break early, trailing in the series, 2 games won. Philadelphia waits the winner for the NBA championship. And on the steal, it's Shelton. Shelton with a high dribble, turned it over. It'll go back to the Lakers, and now a substitute appears.
They should have given that ball up. Shelton made a good steal, but I know that Wilkins wanting to give it to the little man and let him take the middle.
Mike Cooper checks in on the right, and Norm Nixon leaves for Paul Westhead.
Norm Nixon's put in a lot of minutes in this series.
So it'll be Cooper and Johnson in the backcourt for the Lakers. Kareem again controls, and it's stolen by Williams, who slipped in. Dennis Johnson dishes the pass back to Shelton. Short. John Johnson recovers. This is as good a stretch as the Sonics have had in any of the 4 games. It is their game right now. 29. Johnson short. Loose Sonics. They're on it. Here's JJ. Cross lead deflected. Magic to Wilkes. Off to Magic, 3:48 first period. Magic will try to get some offense going, and he does the length of the floor, split the defense. They had to be very conscious of Kareem on the left, and Magic went for the field goal.
As good as Seattle's going, Brett, they still should have a bigger lead if they would take care of the ball a little better. And their shots have not been dropping with a real great percentage.
Tommy Lagarde to replace Jack Sikma. Lagarde played well Friday night. Shelton puts it down, sends it to DJ. Cooper controls, and as you can see, he's not even wearing a bandage today. On that left thigh, he had a slightly pulled muscle. Nowhere to be seen. Magic trying to get DJ down low, and Dennis is pressuring him. 3-second violation by Magic Johnson. He was in there trying to post, and he was in the lane area too long. We've got a timeout.
And you notice that they put pressure on the passer. That's the way to stop a man inside. The ball was deflected away. Before they could retrieve it, Magic was called for 3 seconds, even though he had good position.
Russ, let's go back to that center point that you've been making about Abdul-Jabbar here today. The fact that he's shooting that turnaround jump shot and not getting the hook. How can the Lakers counter that and get him over to the other side on that baseline into the hook shot?
Well, what they got to do is go to one of the forwards, either Michael Cooper or Jamal Wilkes, get them shooting from the corner. And that takes away the double team from the corner. And if he can get the ball, if he comes down on the right side of the court, his right side facing the basket, and set up with Jamal Wilkes on the same side, someone that can shoot the good outside shot, then they can't double team him. from that side, they can get their hook. But if he tries to go inside, they're going to pick up the double team.
Okay. Next time down, let's run a forward flash for Silk. So, Mark, you're going to be on this side with Green. Jamal, let's go through Mike Cooper. So Magic will be stepping in. Jamal's going to come and go, and you're going to double screen for him. Magic's going to have the screen here. And Tommy, you'll be up high, see? Now, if you got the ball, or if Dennis has the ball, I want the opposite guard. If he goes through, I want you to circle around here hard so that if you open, we'll give it to you, all right? If not, then come in here. Hit this guy, okay, come on. More.
You only have 2 team fouls, so
Two defense.
Two
defense on the timeout. 2 defense on the timeout.
Be aggressive.
Here we go.
So, an excellent job by our technical crew as they cut from huddle to huddle. You go in with Paul Westhead and Pat Riley and Lenny Wilkins with the Sonics on the other end. Mark Landsberger, a young man who was picked up at a trade with Chicago, checks in for the Lakers, and he'll be matched against Lonnie Shelton. The Sonics will put it in play with Fred Brown, who is off the bench, handing to Dennis Johnson.
Dennis and Paul Westhead, out of every timeout, he likes to run a play from Silk.
Shelton's field goal.
That was bad defense on the front line. They let him penetrate much too easy.
24-11 is the result of that field goal. Magic hits Jamal. And JJ's right there. Comes up on John Johnson.
That's the play they wanted. They run him off that double screen, off the timeout play, as I mentioned, Brandon. That time, JJ played him as well as he could, but Silk just put it right through.
Shelton gives it to Lagarde. Tommy put it on the floor on him Friday night, and that time he hit his foot. 3 on the shot clock. Run down by JJ and a fresh 24. Inside penetration knocked away from Dennis Johnson, but the Sonics will have the ball. 20 seconds over there. Lenny Wilkins checking the scoreboard.
And they're still coming up with that loose and that extra rebound.
Shelton. This time it went off to the Lakers, Russ. Magic. Dishes left. Wilkes, 2 in a row by Silk. It's 24-15, 1:45 first period.
Now Wilkes ran that fast break perfect because he's a trailer. The first 2 guys down, the point guys, with that trailer, most of the time we either get a good layup or a good jump shot from the foul line.
Here's Shelton penetrating on Kareem, who blocked it. Shelton back with a second shot to hit the field goal. He got the rejection going through.
Nothing bothers a defensive center more than to block a shot into play and have the other team come up with it and shoot a layup. That really burns you.
The lob to Kareem against Lagarde. Shelton helping. Went to the glass high on that turnaround. They're still keeping him from that skyhook. That tough, aggressive defense that they practiced long and hard on here yesterday. JJ sends it over to Dennis. Wilkes pops out and they go back to John, and here's downtown. Shelton muscling, still another rebound, and Landsberger fouled him.
Well, he's a workhorse in there, Brent. Shelton's done a fine job.
Jim Jones returns, and Kareem will go out.
Got Mr. Paul Silas in there, and he's had a good series. The old veteran of 16 years.
Silas replaces Shelton. Lagarde matched against Jones. Tommy's turnaround. Off. And it's Magic to the middle. It's 3-on-1 Lakers. Here's Cooper. Wow! And hit the layup. Dennis was right there with him.
Earlier we talked about, Brent, that the value of a Magic Johnson can hurt you so many ways. In particular, when he rebounds, he doesn't have to look for an outlet pass. He brings it right down, as he did on that play. Super.
And the thing is that the one quality he has that we didn't know about at the beginning of the year, he has tremendous speed.
JJ had it knocked away. Here they come again. They can cut it to 5 with this burst. Oh! And Magic hits the layup, was fouled, John Johnson, and taken to the floor. But that makes it 26-21. And just as Hot Rod pointed out, they stayed close enough to put together this spurt. On the steal, it was Cooper checking the defense, waiting for Dennis to come. Then he went inside, John Johnson coming over, and I'll tell you, he delivered the message, didn't he?
He sure did, and Russ, pointed out the speed of Magic. That time he was on the receiving end, and he got down on the fast break, and Cooper, the rookie, made a good play. Perfect timing to wait, make the defender commit, and then dish it off.
You saw Wally Walker, who checked in for the Sonics. He did not play for Lenny Wilkins on Friday night, so Lenny indicating he's going to use 10 men here in Game 4 of this series.
You know, at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of conversation about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And the old-timers sort of said, well, we better wait and see how good these kids are going to be. Well, those two guys over the period of year both improved so much and adjusted to this game so well. One last shot.
Here it is, Rush. Freddie Brown sends Cooper down. Offensive foul against Brown. Through the elbow on Cooper. What a turnaround this is. The Sonics dominate the whole period until now.
I don't think Fred Brown's thrown an elbow in 10 years.
Hey, Brett, they have doubled up.
There's a lot of things you can accuse him of. I don't think you accuse him of throwing elbows.
Final shot time. 6. Now Nixon comes to the attack. Wanted Jones. Jones has got it. A second left. Jimmy rises, partially blocked. Dennis Johnson stayed right with Jones, and there's a foul. There's a foul call. Lenny Wilkins up unhappy. Jones will be coming to the free throw line. It looked like a good block.
He should be unhappy in that his team should have at least a 10 to 12-point lead the way the play went. And now it's either 4 or 3-point lead they're going to have at the end of the first quarter.
That's got to really be a lift for the Lakers. They played so poorly in the first 6 minutes. Have played great going to the wire here in the first quarter.
Now the penalty.
You think he can get the hat trick, Brent?
Listen, they're only 2 of 6 from the line in the first period, and he may just nail it down. They're shooting into a tough background at this end. There it is.
He threw enough bricks to start a construction site.
Timeout in Seattle, and a reminder at halftime. Rick Barry will talk to Boston coach Bill Fitch, who was eliminated by Philadelphia in 5 games.
The preceding was furnished as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
The packed Edmondson Pavilion at the University of Washington here in Seattle. The Sonics could not play in the Kingdome because of baseball, nor in the Coliseum because of an ice show. 9,500 jammed in here. With a shoehorn, you probably couldn't find an empty seat. Wally Walker, as we start the second period, shooting percentages on your screen. And it's unbelievable that the Sonics didn't shoot a single free throw in that first period. But even though the Lakers went to the line 7 times, not much better, only 2 of 7. Silas up with a miss. Landsberger's rebound, 26-22. Nixon hits Jones. Jones travels. It'll go over to the Sonics. Jim Jones would like to forget the last minute technical foul. Jim Jones threw the ball over his head into the crowd. Technical foul. Let's see how Rod and Russ, we've had 3 missed free throw. Well, never mind. I won't run down everything. He'd like to forget it.
Here it is. 1, 2, 3 little jitterbug step. And it was an obvious walk on his part. And, you know, the 3 free throws that he missed, he's just frustrated at this moment. Comes right back and gets a technical.
He learned how to get technicals from the master, Al McGuire. No one was better. All right. From the sideline, DJ puts it in play, and Jones now must regroup and really get his game together here. It's 27-22. Tommy Lagarde. Downtown. Wally Walker to the offensive rebound. And Jack Sikma plotting the field goal, and Kareem saying, just wait.
One reason you see Walker so early, I think Lenny wants to get some offense up front. That's Walker's strong suit. He's an excellent shooter.
Cooper, Magic being frustrated by Walker, and Wally pushing away at him, and the foul call by Paul Mahalik. His first.
Here's your move, down low, they go to Magic. Made a good quick head and shoulder fake to the left, spins back to the right, and Walker shoving for the foul.
Magic is now at a forward spot. Jones missing the turnaround, off to Fred Brown. Nixon rotates, across to Dennis. He travels up. Goes to the Lakers.
There are a lot of mistakes in this game today, and if it's a 2-point ball game, some of these guys are going to feel and as they should, that somewhere along this first, see, the games are won over 48 minutes. And they'll go down the last minute because of all these mistakes. The game may be tied, and people think the game was lost on the last shot. But it's mistakes like they made here in the first quarter, the second quarter, that will determine this game.
You can see Jamal Wilkes is checked back in, and Magic will get a breather. Cooper runs it back down, and as he jumped in there, foul called against the Sonics.
They failed to block out after his shot. And again, just another mistake. Salas, I believe, called for the foul. Paul not happy with the call. But Cooper did a good job once again of following his miss. Should never pull out of that spot when you're taking those 15, 18-foot jumpers. Go after the ball.
Dixon sends it to Kareem. Spinning for the hook. Lagarde is on him. Forces his way inside. Missed the shot. Landsberger back up and in. Strong offensive rebound by the young man out of Arizona State. And as they came past Michael Cooper, Cooper was assessed the personal foul.
He won't back off of anybody, Brent.
Now, he should have been told that pick was there. So you have conversation out there, defensively especially. That's when the guys have to communicate verbally on defense. When your man goes out to set a pick, you've got to tell the guy that there's a pick coming, because if you don't, there's no way you can react to it.
We've got a timeout in Seattle, 29-24 Sonics. This is...
Here's to good friends.
Anybody home? I thought you were at the field trial today.
Well, we were. Just stopped by to say hello on the way back.
How'd you do?
Back in the Forum on Wednesday night, live in the East at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Sonics and the Lakers in what would be Game 5. Here, of course, Game 4, and the Lakers lead the series 2 victories to 1. Philadelphia eliminated Boston 105-94, and we'll have a report from the scene at halftime. What happened to the Celtics, Mr. Russell?
They were up against a better team than most people thought it was over the period of the year. When they eliminated Atlanta, some people might have thought Atlanta played bad, but I got a chance to see I saw 4 of the 5 games, and Atlanta played quite well.
Great job by Billy C. and Chuck Daly with that team this year. Wally Walker, he is into the game, Hot Rod.
Hey, and he knows what he's in there for. And it's 2 field goals. He's made both good shots.
It is such a chess game when you get into a 7-game series. The Lakers winning Friday night, Jamal Wilkes a step quicker than the big forwards. So Lenny Wilkins obviously said it is time to give Wally Walker a shot against Jamal. He's the same size. That time he left Jamal to help out. He went over to Kareem and he left too much distance there. Got the ball back and Jamal burned Walker. Shelton over to Dennis. Walker dumps to DJ.
They want to go in low to Shelton. Now they've got him.
They get the ball to him. And Lagarde breaks free and missed the layup.
That ball slipped away from him. He had it wide open.
Almost broke the glass.
But he thought there was a big shadow.
You better believe
somewhere.
it.
And he was right.
Here's Jamal from deep in the corner, and that time Walker had a hand in his face. Brown rebounds. It's 31-26 Sonics. They lead the Lakers by 5. Need a win to get even, and here's jump pass by Walker inside, and Lagarde inside the lane. They didn't call the 3 seconds. They said he was okay, and he rammed it, and that is absolutely critical for Tommy's confidence. Walker went up in the air after the miss and went right back into the man who'd missed the layup, and that was a pretty play. Reminiscent of a Rick Barry jump pass when he was really flowing. Offensive foul, Nixon.
See, when Kareem that time, too, Brent, did not get back down floor. As you look at Nixon with the ball, Kareem down low. Now there's the bump and the foul. And when he's not coming down floor defensively, Freddie Brown smartly got it down quickly, and Lagarde knew he had the shot.
Dennis sitting down because Gus Williams is back, pounding the ball on the floor and bringing it up for the Sonics. He'll work in that backcourt now with this man, downtown Freddie Brown. That pass and Lagarde to the floor. Sent it right back to Brown. Brown's off, Freddie tracks it down, in and out, yanked away by Shelton, and the Sonics simply would not be denied the basket that time. They simply hustled for the 2 points. Now the focus is on the Lakers. Kareem on the turnaround. 35-28. You know, the Lakers' best sequence was with Kareem on the bench, and the Sonics got a little overconfident late in the first period. Now the Lakers are regrouping with the big fella out there. Cooper across court to Nixon. Nixon up on Wally Walker. Landsberger to the offensive guard, controls, and here's Freddie Brown, but Kareem is there. Ooh, easy layup. Jump back to Shelton. Williams to the floor. He's all alone. Gus missing the shot, taken away by Landsberger. And here's Michael Cooper across court. Brooks on a break. Couldn't control the pass, out of bounds, Sonics.
They got to get a little more under control. I would have to think they should start probably waiting for Kareem and go to that set offense. He's doing extremely well turning to his left. And he's played well here in the second quarter as the Lakers make a little run, but Seattle is up 35-28. Timeout. We'll be right back.
The Greenback showdown. Jerry Buss of the Lakers on the left and Sam Schulman of the Sonics on the right. Whose wallet will be the fattest at the end of the playoffs?
Let's make a deal.
35-28. Schulman leading Buss right now. Here's Lonnie Shelton out of Oregon State. Back to Walker of Virginia. Jack Sikma drops it inside to the incredible Holt.
They pulled Kareem out front. Sikma went out high. Very smart play. Had opened it up. Shelton was there for the dunk.
Nixon dribbles in with Magic Johnson back. And a foul call is going to go against the Lakers offense.
Going to go against Kareem. Here's Nixon into the front court with the ball. He'll veer to the left side. Look at Kareem. Move right there. His second foul as Dennis Johnson came around. That's a good call.
Sonics across the timeline. 37-28. They lead it. And here's Gus. Misfiring, Magic rebounding. Racing Shelton behind his back. Lonnie sticking right with it. Dishes to Kareem, stolen Sikma off the Gus. Here's Wilkes. Dishes to Wally Walker, who came back with him quickly. And Walker is making a big difference in the Sonics' look in this game.
That's 3 baskets for Wally Walker. What defense by Shelton the last time down?
And Walker was inside on that defense. I'll tell you where he's helping. He's quicker than some of the bigger men. He's staying with the Laker break. He's coming down on offense. He's well rested. He was not all that much of a factor in Milwaukee when they went to the muscle team. So Nixon from outside, and Sikma hustled the rebound. Here's Dennis. Dennis off to Gus. 39-28. Sonics off to Sikma, who's alone. And suddenly, Paul Westhead must have a timeout. They don't see Westhead. Nixon continues to dribble. They did not see the bench. The Laker bench wants a timeout. They give it to Cooper. They get the field goal, which they'll settle for instead. And Westhead was signaling, and no one read the timeout. Wilkins over on the left, talking about the defense. 41-30.
They couldn't have run a better play, though. That was perfect.
DJ. Kareem's rebound. This time Westhead is not asking for it. And keep the Lakers in the flow. Magic on a pull-up. Sikma fouled by Michael Cooper. 2 team fouls on the Lakers.
Here it is outside. Sikma blocking away. You'll see Cooper 21 come over his back. Right there, he makes the contact. Now you got a timeout.
Finally, Westhead gets the message across. We're going to be back with more of Game 4, the Western Conference Final. The winner draws the Doctor, Julius Erving.
Here's to good friends.
A toast. Here's to a vanishing breed. Bill Evans, bachelor.
The end of a perfectly good ladies' man.
To Bill Evans, a free man. 13 more hours.
If you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Low and Brow.
Speech! 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 Come on, you guys.
You're beautiful.
Right guard knows that in equally active situations, men and women don't perspire equally. Men perspire more. That's why men count on Right Guard. Right Guard is so strong, so effective, it helps stop a man.
5 minutes to go in the half. Friday night, the Lakers out-rebounded the Sonics 52-42, going the other way here early today. Seattle 22 rebounds, Los Angeles 17. Important numbers, the score, 41-30, Sonics. Knocked away, and Gus Williams controls.
What they're trying to do is work. They have Magic Johnson guarding Lonnie Shelton. And what they're trying to do is get him inside and take advantage, like they were talking about before the game.
For Sigma, that's 6 points, Russ. Walker's there with Jamal. They send it to Magic, and Shelton out on him. Got his hands full with that quicker man. And Kareem's offensive rebound, and he jammed it home. That was his most powerful move so far today. Gus on his way. And Williams comes right back. 12 points for the Wizards.
He's amazing. What looks like might be a bad shot, he grinds up and hits it.
There's a delay of game warning against Lenny Wilkins and the Sonics by Paul Mahalik. They rolled the ball away so that the Lakers could not come right back down their throat quickly after the field goal.
Here's Gus's shot. Now look at this. Nobody in rebound position. He falls away dead from the corner and hits one.
Now
Incredible.
watch what happens to the ball. Walker drops it off right there at the side. He didn't send it over towards the out-of-bounds line. So that is why the warning was handed out by Mahalik. Deflected, stolen. Shelton had it, and here's Gus. Williams is off the Lonnie, and the Hulk is inside.
They've got 5 people on the floor that can score now for Seattle. Got a lot of shooting power.
You must be impressed with Wally Walker. Pass. Lakers were very sloppy that time. Then it's off to the Wizard from UFC, and the Sonics are blowing away the Lakers right now. 49-32.
They're making incredibly bad passes. Not only are they cross-court, but they're slow passes. That's asking the defense to pick them off. If you're going to throw cross-court, you've got to bounce it.
Kareem muscling inside on the turnaround. It tapped up and in by Wilkes. You know, that time, Russ, the skyhook was there if he'd have gone in that direction, but he did not. Williams on a jumper from the left side is short. Sigma fouled Wilkes, but it's knocked out of bounds. No foul on that shot.
And again, Gus raising what looked like a poor percentage shot. This time it is. He missed it. And on the rebound, the ball knocked away from Sigma by Wilkes, and it's Seattle ball, and they can do no wrong.
No harm, no foul, I guess. He's still got 2 arms and 2 legs. And Cooper will go out, and Jones. And the Lakers add a little muscle now. Magic switches back to guard. He draws DJ. So one man, Wally Walker, has altered the look of this series. They must be more careful now when they slide Magic up to that forward spot. Here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 247. Sigma on him. Kareem almost had it stolen. Covers up. Shelton comes out with the loose ball. Shelton battles. Here's DJ. Then his behind his back to Walker, and Wilkes has it stolen. Jamal is off now to Jones. They give it back to Johnson. He waits. Now he comes down the middle on Sigma. Went to the left hand. Jones battling. Walker controls. 2:25.
They have not done anything right in the last couple of minutes at all.
Yeah, Walker would have had another basket on that last play, but DJ's pass was a little behind him, and Wilkes picked it off.
Back to Dennis at the circle. Gus Williams comes up and draws the foul.
When you let the guards rebound, you're really in trouble. Up that offensive board, here's Gus taking the ball away, ducks inside, goes up, and Jones slaps him right there for the foul, and Gus will get 2 free throws.
That is the 3rd team foul, not yet in the penalty. Not a player with 3 personals. Kareem with 2, Nixon with 2, Cooper with 2, Sigma with 2, and John Johnson with 2. We had several players with 3 fouls at the half on Friday. It's 52-34. Seattle is now 2 of 2 at the free throw line, and this time, in this period, the Lakers have not shot a free throw. In the first period, the Sonics didn't get to the line. 15 points by Gus Williams in the first half, 12 by Shelton, 10 by Kareem, and 8 by Wilkes. Inside of 2 minutes, Nixon. Taken out by Shelton. Off to Dennis. He's got Gus, but he threw it right to Jamal. Jones sends it back to Magic. Cross to Jones. Power move. And it's 52-36 at 140. Ream retreats on defense. DJ brings it up for the Sonics, and Sickma's across the timeline ahead of him, and now Sickma sets up on the Shelton side and the ball side. Here's Lonnie. They're winding the clock down with a big lead, being very patient. Sickma off the side of the glass. Shelton had it knocked away. Wally Walker cleans up. Loose ball is going right to the Sonics. And that's 8 points off the bench for the main man for Lenny Wilkins. And the starting guards, the Sonics are dominating. No basket.
Foul occurred on the dribble before he put it up. And I guess Shelton's keeping it alive for Seattle to enable Walker to get that hoop. Here's your look again. There's Sickma with a bump before Kareem can make the move. And Tom Lagarde was at the scorer's table, Brent, to check in for Sickma for the last time down offensively. But before they can make the substitution, Big Jack gets a foul.
And that was his third hot rod. They get him out. Lagarde back in at center. Here's Jones, spins out on Shelton. Perimeter shot missing, off to Gus. And Gus double up, hit Wally Walker. Sonics bring that clock down. Shelton with Jones on him, and Jones fouled him.
Jim Jones is having a very, very long afternoon.
Look how Lonnie turns, faces the basket. He's so strong. It is powered right by Jones to the baseline to get the foul.
Which raises a question. Why haven't we seen Spencer Haywood against Lonnie Shelton? He warmed up. There he is. He's shaking his head over there on the bench. I believe Spencer is asking himself the same question. Rubbing his forehead right now. On Friday night, they used Haywood 11 minutes. He was 2 of 5. It's 54-36. 43 seconds. And the free throw hit by Lonnie. 37 seconds first half. Remember, a report from Rick Barry at halftime. Philadelphia, the Eastern Conference winner. Here are the Sonics dominating in Game 4. Trailing 2 games, 1. Shelton lose it, and again it's Walker. 57-36. Nixon splits the defense. Fouled as he came in on the shot. Norm Nixon was fouled by Tom Lagarde, and he comes up to the free throw line.
I can't believe the way the Lakers are throwing that ball away. They maybe better go one-on-one because the way they're passing it, they're passing to the other team almost every time. They're making extremely bad passes.
Probably the poorest game they have played since they were blown away by the Suns in Phoenix during the regular season, and then again after they took a 3-0 series lead in that. John McLeod and the Suns came back and hammered the Lakers down there again. The Lakers are blessed with so much talent, as you know, and when it gets into their game, they're absolutely invincible. But here today, the Sonics scratching and clawing from that 2-1 deficit have taken it to Paul Westhead.
Well, the Sonics are using a very aggressive offense, and they're playing the passing lanes. They're stepping out of vision, so to speak, so that it looks like a guy's open. And the Lakers, one thing they're doing, they're jumping in the air to pass, and that in itself is a big mistake.
Here's DJ Russ to the glass, a little short. Kareem's got Magic, and time runs out. Magic was all alone, but the half ended, and the crowd in Seattle tells you the story. Their world champions lead the Los Angeles Lakers 57-39. Let's go to Hot Rod right now. Rod with Lenny Wilkins.
All right, Brent. Lenny, great first half. Unbelievable. And Wally Walker, a guy you've seldom used, came on and did a great job in that second quarter.
Wally's playing really well today, and we just made a decision. I made a decision I wanted to use him. You know, he's had playoff experience, and we were just going to go with that lineup.
And how about your defense? Super. You've held the Lakers to only 38 points and a half.
Well, we're getting back better on defense. We're keeping more pressure on them, and we're really not out of position as much as we were the last game.
And as Freddie Brown made a statement at the top of the game, Lenny, he said, we got to get more help up front, and you're certainly getting that scoring from everybody. I think that's been a big difference.
Well, that's right, and it's guards' jobs to get everybody involved. You know, we have the offense there to get the people involved, and they're doing a great job of it right now.
Okay, Lenny, keep it up.
Okay, thanks, Lenny.
Lenny Wilkens, the head coach of the Seattle Supersonics. We're at halftime, and the Seattle Supersonics lead the Lakers 57-38. Back with more.
6'7", 200 pounds, out of the University of Virginia, wondrous Wally Walker. Let's go to him with Hot Rod Hundley.
All right, Brett Wally. Unbelievable shooting that first half. You got 10 points, and you led your club in rebounding in the second period with 4.
Well, like I told you, Hot Rod, I was at the right place at the right time for much of the quarter. I hope that will continue.
Hey, you played 13 minutes in the first half. That matches your total in the first 3 games.
Well, the key was for me hitting the first couple shots, and I usually get to stay in for a while, and I haven't made one in the series, so that was a big key for me.
Well, being a slight of build, too, that you are, I think it's a pretty good matchup because you're going against Jamal Wilkes.
Well, they have a real good transition game, and I'm trying to get back and help out at the defensive end as they try to fast break on us.
How do you explain your defense holding the Lakers to 39 in the first half?
Well, I think we cut down their easy transition hoops, and we did a real good job helping out in the middle. We just cut down their layups.
Are you anxious to play this second half, or will you start?
No, I won't start, but I hope I get to get in there some.
You're playing with a lot of cool, and, you know, during the year, I don't think you played that much.
I did. I think I averaged like 11 minutes a game, and I played, 13 first half. So, like I say, if I get going and make my first couple shots, I'll often get to stay in for a while.
Okay, Wally, good luck to you, buddy.
All right.
The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. Head and Shoulders, it controls the itch that could be dandruff. The General Motors Parts Division. And by Speed Stick Deodorant, solid protection against odor without wetness or waste. Speed Stick from Menon.
We are back, and you see the halftime stats. Field goal shooting, the Lakers off their game. When they're cooking, they're up around 50%, down to 42 because of the tough Sonic defense. Sonics hit better than 50% in that first period, tapered off a little bit, but still good enough to lead it here, 57-39. Turnovers, 15. As Bill Russell pointed out repeatedly in that first half, the Lakers were sloppy with their passing game. Now, as far as the shooting is concerned, Kareem with 10 points. Russ told you the story there. He's been frustrated also. They can't give him that sky hook. They've been making him come inside with a turnaround jump shot. Norm Nixon and Jamal Wilkes with 8 apiece. Now for the defending world champion Sonics, Gus Williams, Shelton, and of course the key man off the bench, Wally Walker with 10 points. So you huddle over a chessboard. You move into blacks. Somebody counters with the whites. And suddenly Westhead's got to make the next move because Lenny Wilkens has popped a surprise on him here in game 4. And that surprise is the man that Hot Rod Hundley just spoke to, Wally Walker. They're going to have to pay attention to him now, Russ.
Well, you know, one of the key things in this series is the whole team. You know, you bring guys in and you try them out, and you bring guys and you try them out. First couple of games, he tried out James Bailey, the rookie. This time he goes with a different look to see what the results will be. And the coaches have to do this, and you have to take a chance because you can't play the same 5 or 6 guys in a series this tough.
I also think there's some pressure on Jim Jones, who had a very poor first half. 1 of 5, technical foul, missed 3 free throws at the end of the first period. Spencer Haywood still over there on the bench with Mark Landsberger. So Paul Westhead will watch Jones here very early in the third period. Sigma out over Magic, and rebound Wilkes. Now Kareem in that first half was 5 of 12 and did not get to the free throw line. Inside to him, he hits his first one, it's almost a gimme. And Landsberger on the left, Haywood on the right, watching now.
That one really surprised Kareem for a moment. He was so wide open.
That's the first time he hasn't had 2 Sonics draped all over him for a week.
He's getting ready to throw that elbow, and there was nobody there. Just going to put it in.
He goes to sleep at night, and he says, "Good night, Jack," when he rolls over.
I tell you, Sam Schulman, the owner, you couldn't tell who's ahead by looking at him, but the owner's Seattle. He's sweating this one out.
DJ in and out. John Johnson reaching over, and Nixon was there, and it went back out of bounds, and the Sonics will set it up. You'd be nervous, too, if you might be missing one of those 40,000 houses now at the Kingdom.
And that, of course, is where Game 6 will be if we go that far.
Technical foul goes against Paul Westhead up from the Laker bench. Gus Williams will shoot it. Westhead not happy about the fact that he didn't get to that free throw line in the second period except once. And Kareem hasn't been there. So the tee goes against Westhead.
That's a pretty good one, Brent. It didn't hurt him. They missed a free throw, and he lets the referees know, hey, I'm still in this game. I'm not quitting.
Sigma crossed to Dennis. Dennis maneuvering, and a 3-second violation. It'll go over to the Lakers. Now Norm Nixon will take it out on the side. Inbound the ball to Magic Johnson. And Russ, you said to me while we were away at halftime, this game is not over. What do you mean by that?
Well, when you play a team as good as the Lakers, or if Seattle was behind, if you're not careful the third quarter, they take you got an 18 or 19-point lead, and they cut that to 8 or 9 points. That is not much of a lead with teams of this quality. And so Seattle has to be very careful this quarter in particular.
There's Nixon. Russ popping out. Misfiring. Shelton off to the rebound. Stolen by Magic. It's 2-on-2 now as Magic gets inside. Gus and goes to the glass. Tap. No foul call on Shelton. Magic to the ground, and now Dennis brings it up. And Westhead is unhappy again. Here's Shelton up over Kareem. Misfiring, and DJ tracks it down right corner. Sigma out.
Seattle's yet to score. They're coming out of the gate very slowly here in the third period.
Williams tied up. Kareem with a hand, and he went.
That finished the deck.
3 Lakers that time. The last one, Kareem.
And little smallest guy on the floor puts it right in. That's incredible.
Here he is. Dishes Magic loose. Jack Sigma yanked it down, and he's got Gus on his right. He'll hit him. Got Jamal to jump past him and hit the layup.
Well, how many times those two guys have been down on the break like that one? Dennis and Gus, they know each other's moves right to the basket, right to the last second.
Jones controls. Jamal pops free with John Johnson. On its way, and he was fouled. He'll come up to the free throw line. John Johnson aggressively moving out, his third of the game. 2 team fouls. We're going to have a timeout here in Seattle. We'll remind you, Game 5 of this series will be for the Los Angeles Forum. We'll start at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday night. We'll be right back.
You know, in our job, we use signs all the time.
This means bunt.
Well, that's good, Dick, but this means steal.
Not bad, Whitey, but this means give us a light beer from Miller.
Well, you know, light has a third less calories than a regular beer, and it's less filling.
Whitey, this means light tastes great.
Art imitates life here this afternoon in Seattle. Robert Walden, who plays the reporter Rossi on the Lou Grant Show, is a real-life reporter for a Seattle newspaper covering the Lakers and the Sonics here in Game 4. Jamal, you really think he was keeping score over there? Or was just making it look good for us, huh, Rod?
He's an actor all the way.
He loves basketball, though. I went with him to Game 1 down the Forum. Really enjoys the game. Missed that free throw, and the Sonics bring it down. 61-42. Sonics controlling the action here.
And they're doing with their defense. And the Lakers, even when they have a clear shot, they're so unused to it, they're not making them.
Sigma waits for Shelton. Couldn't get free inside, so they rotate. Now they get it to JJ. Has it knocked away. Magic leads to Nixon, and the Sonics are back on defense. They hit Magic, and offensive foul called as he caught the ball and went in for the layup. And it'll go over on the turnover to the world champions.
Pretty good call, Brent. Magic had no place to go. Just had to hope that the foul would go the other way. He made it really an outstanding shot, even though it was disallowed with a charge.
8:50 to go in the third period. Gus hits JJ. Magic right with him, and now John gets open, and that's all he needs. Nixon recovers the dribble. Hits Kareem, and there's the sky hook, and we haven't seen many of those today.
He's hit about 2 the whole game.
If they're going to get back in the game, we're going to have to see a lot of them.
It's about all he's taken, 2 is 2. Made them both.
Well, that 2 guys are not getting in the offense today. Jamal Wilson's not getting the number of shots that he's going to need for him to get in the game.
Kareem checked for the breaker, then gave it to Magic.
And Norman Nixon's going to have to shoot more.
And here is Norman Russ getting inside of Gus, working. Good shot. Went to the left hand as he came underneath in heavy traffic. Hit the layup at 63-46. And immediately, Lenny Wilkins and the Sonics will use a timeout here. They will regroup with 7:59 to go in the third period of Game 4 from the Edmondson Pavilion, the campus of the University of Washington. Seattle is trying to accomplish what no NBA team did during the 70s. Back up world championships. Last year, they took the crown from Washington, beating the Bullets back in 5 games. You know, in each of the last 2 years, the Sonics have eliminated the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs. Western Conference semis last year, they knocked them out, and in the opening round 2 years ago. Here the Sonics trail the Lakers 2-1, but they are dominating Game 4. Kareem was out on Shelton. They passed inside, knocked out of bounds by Wilkes. Sonics with the ball. Lonnie Shelton complaining to Jake O'Donnell that he was fouled by Kareem.
Yeah, there's no blood out there. What is he complaining about? He doesn't even have a headache.
10 seconds on the shot. Shelton sends it out to Gus. Gus maneuvers on Nixon. 2 on the shot clock.
That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal shooting. A hand in the face all the way. Nixon played great defense.
And a terrible inbounds pass. Williams to Dennis.
That tough defense again.
And what a pass by Gus.
They put it on and off so that the Lakers are not prepared for it more than anything. Now, that's one of the great things about Dennis Johnson. He has not been as productive on the offense as he had in the other games, but he's been really tough defensively.
Skyhook short. Looks out of hand. It goes to Magic.
That's the first bounce that the Lakers have gotten today.
67-48.
Now that time Shelton I thought was bumped, Brent, but he didn't make any comment to the official. Just came on back.
Here's Gus. Take that. On the money. Gus Williams with 23 points. Nixon looks at the Jones. And Jones hits his second field goal. Lead to Dennis, runs down to the corner. Hangs. Wilkes. Lead Nixon. Pull up. 2 in a row by the Lakers.
It's a bad shot by DJ. Off balance yet. Overcommitted. And Nixon got right where he wanted at the free throw line.
Yeah, he was trying to throw a foul. But that's kind of hard out there in wide open spaces like that.
But I think the interesting part of the statistic that you just saw, not how many points the guards have totaled, but the percentage. 33 of 69 is off from the 53% that you've been watching as Michael Cooper is off the bench and Jim Jones sits down, which means that Paul Westhead has elected to go with the smaller lineup. And I would expect that we would see Wally Walker soon, too, off the Sonic bench. Sikma brings Kareem out. He's beyond the three-point line, and he'll take it. On its way, Cooper to the rebound. Off to Nixon. Nixon comes back on Sikman, takes it to the glass with a pretty layup. And over the top is Michael Cooper. Loose ball foul, trying to jam the missed layup back in. 2 team fouls, and Walker watching the action.
That was an obvious foul. Coop got one like that in the first half, but this one was more drastic, just coming right up over the top, trying to crash the shot. As Nixon made an excellent move, but Seattle, with good team defense, forced him to extend a little bit too far out with the arm.
Magic matched against Lonnie Shelton. Sikma has it stolen. Nixon to the dribble. Nixon to the time. He's got the shot. There it is. It's 69-54, 5:05, and it's going to be time for Tommy Lagarde.
Now, when Seattle's setting up, the Lakers have them off of their game when they're setting up because they got Jack Sikma trying to shoot.
Williams is off, and it's Nixon. And foul as he came out of there with the pass. That's a controlled backcourt foul.
That's on Gus, too, who, in his anxiety to get the ball back, reached in and grabbed Nixon as the rebound went right to him. But again, there's no such thing as a bad shot in Gus's bag. He'll come down and pop it. And that was one of the easier ones that he's had. As Jack Sikma looks on, as Lagarde replaces him for Seattle.
Now, so far, this is the most effective lineup that the Lakers have used is this lineup. Because strangely enough, their best rebounder away from Kareem is Magic Johnson. And when they try to play, when they have him at forward, they're a better team. But they have Michael Cooper because he's a good defensive player, and he does a better job on Gus than any of the other guys.
He's out there on him right now. Russ pressuring him after he gave up the dribble. Stolen by Nixon. Shelton was putting it on the floor, and Nixon now helping out on defense. Maneuvers, jump pass to Wilkes, missed the layup, went back for the rebound, and the foul called as he jumped back in, and Lonnie Shelton was there. It'll be 2 on Shelton.
Now what they're trying to do is this team is a little quicker than the Sonics. Now that's a hard thing to say with Gus Williams out there, but overall the team is a little quicker. Not faster, quicker.
Kareem maneuvering on Tommy Lagarde, and Shelton came on inside him that time. And he'll be coming up to the line to shoot the 3rd foul, and then the penalty. Here's Kareem, and Freddie Brown's in, and you can see Shelton coming in underneath. That's the defense they've been attacking with aggressively here today. Been effective, but now they're starting to foul.
You sneak around on the blind side, as the guards have been able to do. You can knock the ball away when he bounces it, but Shelton played it up high. That's where he committed a foul.
Now, Russ pointed out to you that Michael Cooper was doing a good job on Gus, so Lenny will counter with Fred Brown,
which is a different look altogether.
See what the Bomber can do.
Well, this changes the pace of the game also, because the kind of shots that Fred Brown takes are totally different than the kind of shots that Gus Williams takes. Now, one thing different is that for the shots that Fred Brown takes, it's harder to get back on defense. It's a little harder.
Now the Lakers are creeping back into it. 69-58. Here's Lagarde. Stolen. And it was Cooper again to the defense. Here's Magic now in the middle. Lead pass to Wilkes. Wilkes rotates on the reverse. He's got a chance for a three-pointer, and we've got one cooking again.
Great play.
The Lakers are back in this game.
And it was keyed by Cooper's defense. Watch Jamal. Reverse underneath. Put the ball up softly, and he's hammered on the play by Shelton for the foul. The field goal will count.
Russ, to follow up on your point, and when you've got Magic at forward, he can also bring the ball down for you, too.
The same kind of thing that John Johnson does for the Sonics, Magic Johnson can do for the Lakers.
So Lenny will use a timeout here with Seattle. And you would have to believe that Wally Walker would see some playing time against this quicker Laker lineup soon. We'll be right back.
By trying harder to be faster, Avis came up with the Wizard of Avis.
Keep on trying, America. The effort is really everything. We keep on trying, America.
By trying harder, we introduce speed to the rent-a-car business.
At Avis, we don't give up. Trying.
Right guard knows that in equally active situations, men and women don't perspire equally. Men perspire more. That's why men count on Right Guard. Right Guard is so strong, so effective, it helps stop a man's perspiration odor all day long. Yes, men and women don't perspire equally. And that's why men count on Right Guard. Strong, effective Right Guard. Because men perspire more.
If you want a tire that can work in rain, snow, or heat, you know you can count on Sears. Sears all-season weather handler. Sears' most economical steel-belted radial.
As low as $39.88.
Or maybe you want Sears Guardsman Bias Ply, our most economical tire.
As low as $21.88.
No matter what you spend on tires, you know you can count on Sears. Sears Tires, at the home of the diehard.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular. See the Leon Spinks, Kevin Isaacs heavyweight showdown. Plus live and taped coverage of the Houston Invitational track meet. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
As Russ told me at halftime, it's not over, and I'll tell you what's critical about that is that 5 Lakers have contributed. That doesn't show 13 from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They've started to play as a unit in coming back, and that is so important for Los Angeles.
And what Michael Cooper has decided is that every time Fred Brown exhales, he's going to have to inhale because he's going to be so close to him.
Brown sends it over Russ to CJ. He got inside of Magic. Tapped up by Tommy Lagarde. And it goes over to the Lakers, and they can run it now to 15 in a row.
But Seattle's not playing like they've got the lead. They forced that shot. DJ was off balance, and Los Angeles really making a run.
Hot Rod, wouldn't you use Wally Walker?
You bet I would. I'd get him in there. He's got instant offense for him. 5 for 5 first half.
Michael Cooper with a hanger, missed it. Paul Silas will try it. John Johnson is out to DJ. DJ comes inside and answers the 13. And now the Sonics are back by 10. Cooper to Kareem. Couldn't hit the layup. Back off to Johnson. And suddenly the Sonics are back in business. 2-on-2. JJ pull-up. Not there. Magic out to the rebound. Lead now to Cooper. Lagarde is back. Cooper comes up on him. Score it. And Lagarde fouled him. And Michael Cooper is upset about the hit he took.
That's a great move to the hoop. He had Kareem on the right-hand side and carried it right to the basket. Watch Lagarde, number 23. Moves in his path. Coop right up over him. The foul's on Lagarde. The basket counts. And Los Angeles with another golden opportunity. It's 71-63. Here's another look. Down he came. He fell almost on his head there. Lays the floor.
Now, some people might have thought that should have been an offensive call. But
yes,
once the guy is in the air, the defensive man cannot move. Because once you get in there, you're committed. You can't change direction. And then if it's contact calls, it got to be by someone moving into that spot. So you got to be there before he moves in the air.
Jack Sikma returns. Lagarde back on Linney's bench. 3:03, and it is 71-64. The Lakers are back to within 7, and they have done it with Cooper on the floor, along with Magic and Nixon. Smaller, quicker lineup against the Sonics. Now it is Freddie Brown rotating, sending it back outside. And here's Cooper, quicker than DJ. It's 3-on-1, and Magic missed the jam. Nixon comes in, and Silas went for the ball. Loose ball on Paul Silas. It was the alert Norm Nixon. Magic missing the jam.
He should have laid that ball up. That was a tough angle to come from for the jam on the play. Here it is. At Sikma there, all Magic had to do was turn his hand over and lay the ball in. And there the foul by Salas as he went after the rebound. And Nixon in the penalty will be at the line.
Missing the free throw. Lenny unhappy. 71-65, a 6-point lead by the champions, 2:42 third.
Brent, talking to you and Rod about you saying you put Wally Walker in, the coaches, there's one thing that they have to know that we as announcers can't know, the personality of the players. And it has a lot to do with when you play players and when you use them and when you don't use them. That's why some games they use one guy and some games they use another guy.
Foul on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on that play. As a pass came cross court, Kareem comes up. Right there, he slapped the hand of Jack Sikma. He's called for the foul, his third.
Not yet in the penalty. DJ will inbound now for the Sonics, and it goes to Sikma. Puts it on the floor. Kareem gets help. Magic. Here's DJ. DJ inside of the defense is offside. Is trying to keep it in play, but it goes to Cooper. Cooper alertly all over the floor. Now it's Magic in the middle. Magic brings it down on Sikma. Magic sends it over to Cooper from the corner. Off that time, it's taken down by the Sonics. Now it's Freddie Brown. Brown has been quiet since checking in. 71-65. Wally Walker is up. Fred Brown. Hands now to Dennis. Dennis to the corner, and Freddie Brown. The whistle down inside, away from the ball. A 3-second violation moves over.
That's the same foul they call on Kareem in the first half, moving that pick. As the guys, a lot of plays are set up so that the shooter goes along the baseline, has the line under the basket, and tries to pop out and shoot the shot in the corner. And the big guys are moving a little bit, and that's illegal.
I was wrong. It was a foul against Silas. I thought it was a 3-second rush. You were right. Number 3 on Silas. Good catch on that foul. Now they drop it into Kareem. Sikma is there. Walker back for the Sonics. They went for the double team. Score the field goal for Kareem. Gus Williams came flying by on the inside.
Here it is again. Right here's where the guard should come around to the left. But Gus, he was a step low, late rather. And he got him up high, and then Kareem laid it in. In the first half, he was successful with his timing because he got the ball as Kareem put it on the floor.
Jamal Wilkes is out. You saw Mark Landsberger come in, and Jamal will sit down. You're never sure which of the Lakers will leave because of the way Westhead handles 7 players.
Well, it's important that he keeps Magic Johnson out there because he's so important to him on the defensive rebounding.
He's matched up with Wally Walker, Magic Johnson.
It won't be Jamal and Wally. It'll be Magic this time. Downtown. On its way short. And Sigma hustled out, and Freddie will try it again. Landsberger rebounds. Lakers can move to within a point. Magic is off to Cooper. It's taken down by Magic. It's a one-point game. 71-70 and 1:14 in the third. And oh, what a big setback this would be if the Sonics squander this. Shelton back up. He'll check in for Lenny. Maneuver, and here's Sigma. Send it to Wally Walker. Walker on his way, had a marvelous first half. Tied up. Gus Williams blocked by Cooper. Cooper's tying him up. Here's Michael Cooper. It's 2-on-9. Magic. Lakers lead it 72-71.
It's incredible the way they've come back. Excellent defense. Cooper has led the surge, and he's getting down on the fast break as he did that time.
Sigma off to Freddie Brown. Kareem flies out. Silas with an offensive rebound. Silas fouled. It was Magic Johnson inside of him, and Paul comes to the free throw line.
Unbelievable. They were down 57-39 at the half. Seattle moved it up to a 20-point lead, and now the Lakers have come back to take the lead. And Silas, in the act of shooting, fouled on that play, will get 2 free throws, and Kareem will take a break. He'll go out for a rest. And what a job he's done here in the third quarter.
Actually, Rod, they had a 21-point lead at one time. Now we're tied again at 72 with Kareem watching now and resting with the last few seconds. And as Bill Russell has explained so many times, you take the big fellas out right now, you get them a little extra rest in between the periods. And that's what they're doing with Abdul-Jabbar right now. Now, of course, the question is, how much did this take out of the Lakers coming back from a 21-point deficit? So many times you'll see teams get there, get the game tied again going into the fourth period, but they're exhausted. Let's listen to Paul Westhead.
Freddie and Gus, so you got to do a number on them. And if they get by, you got to do a little helping. Now, if Jimmy helps, let's say on a pick and roll, the weak side guys got to just cover the basket, all right? Now the reverse is true too. If Mark steps out to help on Freddie, and you got to be helping in. All right.
Now Lenny. Les Habeger talking to.
Stop him, and then we got like 14, 15 seconds. Let's just get it right down right away and go to a baseline. We got choked in there on Jackson.
There's the difference so far in the third period. We've got 29 seconds left.
They never came out of the gate looking like they had the lead here in the third quarter. Brent, you could sense that the Lakers are going to make a run. And continually, Seattle came down with 4 percentage shots. Now the Lakers had excellent rebounding position and have run much better. They've been running their fast break and getting easy shots.
At the line in this period, the Sonics have shot 2 free throws. They're 1 of 2. The Lakers, meanwhile, are 9 of 11. Now, this will be only the 3rd free throw attempted by the Sonics in this period. The Lakers have shot 11. And Russ, I'm not so sure that you didn't put your finger on the key man, young Michael Cooper from New Mexico, who came in off of Paul Westhead's bench.
Well, he's key in that he makes the whole thing fit together. But also, one of the key things that most of us overlook is the fact that Magic Johnson is their key defensive rebounder. And which makes it, and the way he brings the ball up, that gives him such a different look.
Nixon bringing the last shot time down. 7 on the shot. 6, Nixon's layup. Ran back, missed. Walker off quickly. Here's Gus Williams in a foot race. Cooper, Gus goes for the layup and missed it. Silas cuts it in with time running out on the third period. Paul Silas trailing Gus Williams.
The old vet wouldn't give up, Fred. He stayed right in there. As Gus had the easy shot, but Silas, who hit the free throw, and he has not been a real great free throw shooter all year long, but the Seattle club up by 3.
You're watching Game 4 of the Western Conference Championship between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Seattle Supersonics. I'm Brent Musburger with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Huntley. And hold on, everybody. Here we go. Last 12 minutes, 75-72. Sonics lead And Cooper tried to hit the alley-oop. And Magic tracks it back down for the Lakers. Wally Walker comes out on him. Magic wants Nixon. Nixon inside of Freddie Brown. Dishes to Magic on the cut, and it's a one-point game.
Now, the question, as you asked Brent, was a very legitimate question. Will that big comeback take so much out of the Lakers that they won't be able to sustain the pace and intensity that they've been using to catch up? Now, they're resting the big guy and Jamal Wilkes, and those are the guys that Westhead is going to go down the stretch with. Now, he's going to have to get Magic Johnson and young Cooper some rest, too, because he's going to need those guys down the stretch, too.
Foul on Jones, and then Sigma hit the field goal, and I don't know how much more rest they can give Kareem. It's 77-74, three-point Sonic lead, and here he comes. He's going to get up right now. And Jamal Wilkes will come with him. Nixon sends it on the bounce to Magic. Mark Landsberger with Silas. Little fadeaway short. Hit by Sigma to Silas. Here's Freddie Brown. Brown to the middle now. Downtown, comes into the free throw line and sends it over to Gus, and the Wizards got it on its way. Off, and down comes Magic for the Lakers. Lakers down by 3 points. Williams tries to come in behind. Magic keeps the dribble. Magic comes down the middle, dishes off now. Cooper sends it on back to Nixon. Nixon returns to the corner, and here comes Scoop down the baseline.
That's charging. They got him. Charge the foul. Good call.
Wally Walker picks himself back up. That's 4 fouls on Michael Cooper as Jones goes out and Kareem checks in with score 77-74 Sonics and Paul Silas. Yes, indeed it is.
Kareem has 3 fouls, and you got 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. No bother there, and he's very well rested.
Send it on back to downtown short. Nixon got a hand on it, and Wally Walker returns to the Wizard. Gus Yo-Yo's the dribble. They had a fresh 24 after the miss. Takes his time now, and they'll set up the play. The double screen on the left side. Walker comes right out the middle.
They're getting everything outside, Brent.
Walker missed that time. Got it back at the offensive rebound. Knocked away from him. No foul. Nixon's got Cooper. Cooper's got Wilkes inside. Cooper puts it away, and it's a 1-point lead by the Sonics at the 10-minute mark.
They're getting nothing inside, and the Lakers are getting all kinds of good shots. That's your big difference here in the second half. Lakers with excellent defense.
Cooper sticking with Gus Williams. Williams holds now. Shot clock at 11. Sigma turns on Kareem. Off, and Landsberger rebounds. Landsberger waits now for Nixon. Nixon will quarterback the attack. 9:39. Nixon on the penetrating, trying to come by Gus Williams, and he was fouled by the Wizard, and that is 5 fouls on Gus Williams, who scored 23. And Dennis Johnson quickly checks in for Lenny Wilkins. Freddie Brown goes out, so Williams and DJ will work together. Nixon maneuvering now on Gus. Gus with 5 fouls, must be careful, a little short. Dennis contributes immediately off the bench for the champions. Here he comes through, and he was fouled as he made his cut.
That's what he needs to do. Take that thing to the basket. I mean, he really accelerated. Watch DJ with the left hand. Zip right back Cooper. Go right to the basket, and he was fouled on the way to the hoop.
That's 5 on Cooper. Cooper with 5 and Gus with 5, and suddenly Holland is off the bench. He'll check in for the Lakers. Norm Nixon goes out for a breather. Russ, as you pointed out, Nixon's played a lot of minutes in this series.
Now, both coaches, I'll tell you what they think of their ball players. Both Gus and Michael Cooper have 5 fouls, and they substitute for the other guy.
Sigma coming down inside, and Kareem got back loose. Recovered Jack Sigma. Sigma to the left hand. Couldn't get the bounce. Kareem's rebound stolen by the Wizard. Gus Williams now yo-yos in a fresh 24. The Lakers had not retreated on offense, so they were set back up and no easy layup. Here's Sigma. Sigma muscling inside of the layup. 79-76.
He had Kareem thinking he was going to lean back for the shot, and he stepped inside on him. Pretty good move. Here it is. Ducked right under his left arm. I got the bucket.
Cooper comes up on Dennis. Sends it over to Jamal Wilkes. Inside to Landsberger with that little fadeaway short hit iron. Walker rebound. Walker lead Williams. Williams got the layup. Cooper could not go for the block with 5 fouls that time, and suddenly it's 81-76.
And it was Wally Walker in that second quarter with his rebounding, and he's not really a great rebounder, but he's doing it in this game.
Holland tied up on the double team, sends it back to Kareem. It is no coincidence that the Sonics have spurted 2 times with Walker on the floor. Jamal missing. Jamal battling back. Loose. Sonics off. DJ's open. Williams is open. He got too fancy and went behind the back. If DJ had stuck it out in front, but he had a man right in the middle of the passing lane, it was going to be a difficult pass. You can watch it here again. This is no easy play right here.
That's not a bad pass. That's a good one, except he threw it low. I mean, it's not bad by throwing it behind your back.
Exactly.
If he had thrown it in front of him, it would have been intercepted. That was
Brad Holland was holding good position. Exactly, Hot Rod. DJ just about had to revert to that pass. Freddie Brown will soon return. 81-76. Now it's Magic Johnson. Johnson's up to the glass, and they leave Jamal Wilkes over on the left side. Easy tap back in.
Walker did not block him out that time, and Jamal was wide open.
81-78. Silas waits for Walker. Jamal off him, and here's Sikma. Sikma hands to DJ. Dennis comes down the middle. Dennis Johnson on the continuation has got the field goal, the scooper.
Watch this move. He's bumped by Wilkes on the dribble. Continuation. He heard the whistle and threw it at the basket, and that baby went in. How about that?
And Lenny Wilkins checking now the lineup as he brings Gus Williams out. He'll go with Brown and Dennis Johnson. So the man who's had a slow series so far pumps some life into the Sonics. And Wally Walker goes out too. They bring Muscle in. Shelton and Silas. 84-78. And Spencer Haywood will see his first action. Inside is Jamal. Score it, and he was fouled. And Norm Nixon and Spencer Haywood in the game. Freddie Brown unhappy about that foul call.
Wilkes was very smart when he got that ball to quickly turn and lay it up. He was directly under the basket and got the foul on the play. And somebody got messed up on their defensive assignment. Mark Landsberger goes out.
.84-80 on the missed free throw, a 4-point Sonic lead. We've got 7 minutes and 5 seconds left in regulation time. Game 4, the Western Conference Final. Haywood will take Silas. I'm sorry, take Shelton. Across to Silas, goes out of bounds on the bad return pass. And Seattle will go to a timeout. So we will be back in Seattle, and a reminder, we'll have more of the same Wednesday night when we move back to the Forum in Los Angeles and Game 5 of the series.
These days, it makes good sense to protect the investment you've made in your automobile.
Well, young fella, best of luck with her.
Which is why Black & Decker's come out with a brand new car care line. Our versatile 12-volt light, our inflator to pump up your tires, impact wrench, handy vac to clean up the inside, our polisher to shine up the outside. And like every Black & Decker product, our 13 car care tools get incredible mileage. So remember, new car or old,
Black & Decker has the tools you need to help keep it humming right along.
We're not just a couple of animals who can only play football. We can be civilized, too.
Tennis is sophisticated, but you still got to be fast on your feet. So we still drink light beer from Miller. It's got a third less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
And it really tastes great.
Now that we played singles, we're looking for a nice, friendly game of doubles.
Tennis, anyone?
Ooh-wee. Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
That's Coach Johnson. He's from the college. Looks like he's worried about his problem dandruff. I wish he'd ask me.
Mr. Owens, I need a shampoo.
Ever tried Tegrin?
Can it really work on my itching and flaking?
Well, in a national survey, 3 out of 4 dermatologists judged Tegrin's medication effective in fighting even problem dandruff.
I'll give it a tryout.
Hey, how's that dandruff problem?
Tegrin's a winner, Mr. Owens.
Prove it to yourself. Tegrin works.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular. See the Leon Spinks, Kevin Isaacs heavyweight showdown. Plus live and taped coverage of the Houston Invitational track meet. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Turnovers so far in this game, 20 by the Lakers. They had 17 Friday night. For the Sonics, they've had 17 so far, including this last pass out of bounds, and only 11 on Friday night. Williams watching the Lakers bring it up. It's 84-80, 6:53 left in regulation time, and Sigma setting up against Kareem. Magic with Dennis out all over him. Sigma stepped into the lane, intercepted, and DJ brings it back to the Sonics. Jamal is there, and Magic came in behind and knocked it out of bounds. Sonics ball.
That surprised me that DJ didn't protect that ball better. He knew Magic was breathing down his neck. Watch him go all the way to the corner, and there's Magic to knock it away from behind. Dennis went down on the floor. He was hoping he could draw the foul.
All Silas. Silas, Shelton, and Sigma. The big Sequoias out there. And on the intercepted, Magic cross now to Jamal. Freddie Brown is there. Wilkes from the perimeter. Off, jump back in for the rebound. Freddie for the save and goes to Sigma. Sigma sends it to DJ. DJ rotates middle. Goes to Shelton. Shelton scores the field goal. Coming inside, he's got a chance for the three-pointer.
What a move. Watch Kareem come over. Shelton had his momentum going. Kareem thought that he was fouled, but Shelton had the lane to drive. Kareem was on the move, and it was a good call.
And the reason he called that foul is Kareem turned.
Right. Got him with that shoulder, turning away.
Back to Lonnie Shelton, and the Sonics up by 6. 86-80, 6:03 left. Sigma. Here's Shelton. Silas camping underneath, waiting for the rebound if there's one. DJ flies out and gets it. And that's what this lineup can do for you. Keep the ball in play at your end. As soon as that shooter sets up, Paul Silas will try to get his big body in underneath to help out. He takes Wilkes in there right now. They send it to Sigma. Silas is camped out. Magic. Now it'll be DJ. DJ misses. And this time the Lakers have got an open man as Wilkes. Coming for the basket, Shelton. Almost got back in time. It's 4 on the loss. It goes back down to Magic. And Magic is hurt. Hit in the stomach. He's crowded right arm. Magic is down. And that could be that arm again.
It is.
It is that injured muscle in that arm that Magic Johnson has been playing with ever since the Phoenix surge. Jack Curran comes rushing off the Laker bench. Now they had to take him out Friday night and get some ice. Here's Jack. Here's the play again. The loose ball. Magic had it. Went back over for the ball. And you can see he's already in pain. He had already injured it. He was not hit. We'll be right back. We've got a timeout in Seattle.
Copier companies have been introducing small copiers with a very interesting claim.
It's just as good as a Xerox.
It's just as good as a Xerox.
Then one day...
This compact copier is very versatile. It even copies on your own letterhead. It's inexpensive, but best of all...
I know. It's just as good as a Xerox.
It is a Xerox.
The Xerox 2600, the compact copier that really is just as good as a Xerox.
If you haven't already run out and bought one of those new 35mm automatic cameras, you're in luck, because Pentax just introduced the Super Camera. It's smaller and lighter than most of the other automatics, plus it has push-button electronic controls available on no other camera, and it's available at a super price. The ME Super, the Super Camera from Pentax. Now, aren't you glad you waited?
Hey, see y'all down the road, Jack. If you're gonna move your family, you can save a lot of money by renting a truck. Moving yourself, and you might as well rent a real truck. A Ryder. Ryder isn't famous for renting cars, beep, beep, little trailers. Ryder's famous for trucks. Pro drivers will tell you that.
Okay, King of the Road. Just hold the lamp.
Hey, see y'all down the road, Jack.
Ryder, the best truck money can rent.
On the road, America is full of surprises. Charles Kuralt makes the trip a non-stop joyride.
Cronkite and Company, only on the CBS Evening News.
The ice pack being applied by Jack Curran there to that muscle, which tightened up again on Magic. We've got 5:17 to go. And Magic Johnson will come back.
Seattle made a big turnover there, Brent, when Jamal Wilkes got the layup. Then they jumped out of bounds and quickly threw it in, and DJ was not ready for it. And Magic was alert, picked it up. That's a big play with Seattle up by 4. It's LA with the basketball, chance to score again.
You know, that's affecting Magic Johnson's shooting. Looking at the stats, 4 of 15 Friday night. He has shot a good percentage this year. Brett Brown let it go. Out of bounds, it'll go over to the Sonics. So now it is the Lakers' turn to make a sloppy play. Sonics up by 4, 5, 10. There's no question that Magic Johnson's going to be bothered the rest of the way by that right arm. Jack Sikma moves it over. He was able to get it up in the air on defense that time. The hook turns on Haywood. Kareem with rebounding. Not free. Wilkes runs down. Here's Nixon. Westhead up yelling to play. Lakers conclude within 2. Lenny Wilkins up for the Sonics. Kareem's hooker. It's a 2-point game and 4:40 for the game.
Have you noticed whenever they get in deep trouble last quarter, he manages to get that sky hook off?
Didn't take a single shot in the first game when they were beaten.
You notice
by Sikma's free throw.
They're looking for him now, Brent, here in the 4th quarter.
Brown moves it to John Johnson, and JJ squeezes the trigger. Kareem with 21 has put together games of 33 and 31 in the Laker victories. Gus Williams will be back. Sonics up by 4. Kareem against Sikma. DJ helps out. There he went to the lean-in jumper. Now it's 88-86.
The guard was a little late defensively getting there to help out.
Well, he's looking for him now, Rod. What he's doing is when he's putting that ball down, he's looking first, so that by the time they get there, it will be too late.
Let him get it back. Stay up, Normie. Get through, Norm. Stay up.
Here, Paul Westhead.
Help Woody. Help Woody.
Defensive instructions being yelled from the bench. Brown on its way from the corner, and it's Wilkes to the rebound. Off to Magic. Lakers can tie it. Nixon's got it deadlocked at 88, and credit Magic Johnson, who is still being bothered by the right arm. You can tell it's injured because of the way it's hanging on the right side with that damaged muscle, and again, he injured it originally late in Game 5 against Phoenix. Now Pat Riley's up yelling defense. Brown. That's why the Lakers took this into the floor. It was their choice, and Westhead and Pat Riley obviously want the defense directly in front of them. Otherwise, it would be hard for them to hear with the crowd noise here in Seattle.
The score tied, Brett, here at 88. Freddie Brown, the last 2 times down, has missed. And both times on long jumpers, they're not getting inside once again. That's where you've got to go with the ball in tight situations.
Magic to the dribble. Jamal Wilkes. Lakers lead 90-88 at 2:52. They once trailed by 21 points. John Johnson will drop it for Sikma. Kareem is there. Lonnie Shelton. In and out, JJ fresh 24. Magic goes with him. JJ off, battle. Shelton touched it, it'll go to the Lakers. And Magic barking, let's go, let's go. 2:31. Now Norm Nixon comes to the dribble, and Gus Williams waits for him, and DJ takes Magic. Magic will go low on this play. Jamal Wilkes out at the perimeter. Magic pops back out. Sends it to Wilkes on its way, and the Silk is on his way again. 92-88, 2:11. Seattle had 2 timeouts left. Now they are down to 1 as Lenny Wilkins brings the world champions over. Once up by 21, they're now down by 4, and we'll be back for the stretch.
You know, in our job, we use signs all the time.
This means bunt.
Well, that's good, Dick, but this means steal.
Not bad, Whitey, but this means give us a light beer from Miller.
Well, you know, light has a third less calories than a regular beer, and it's less filling.
Whitey, this means light tastes great.
Hey, partner, you can say that again.
I think I will.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
When it's your vacation and you fly there for less.
That's Trans-America Airlines.
That's Trans-America. When you can get more life insurance than you thought you could afford.
That's Occidental Life.
That's Trans-America. When you rent a car and get the feeling that you're #1.
That's Budget Rent-A-Car.
There are many companies in the Transamerica family, and they all stand for just one thing. First-rate service at a fair price. That's Transamerica.
You think you've got lawn weeds? Well, join the club. There you are. Clover, plantain, dandelion, you name it. All the major ones. At Ortho, we grow them to learn how to kill them. Weed B Gon does the job. It kills these weeds, roots and all.
Look, you'll never meet all these weeds in your lawn. But you'll be ready for the ones you do.
At Ortho, our concern for lawns is always growing.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular. See the Leon Spinks, Kevin Isaacs Heavyweight Showdown. Plus live and taped coverage of the Houston Invitational Track Meet. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
And a welterweight fight on the CBS Sports Spectacular. Tommy Hearns versus Eddie Gazo. That is next Saturday. And here, Paul Westhead, Pat Riley, and the Los Angeles Lakers have taken a 92-88 lead with 2:11 to go.
And there's a lot of basketball left in those 2 minutes.
Russ Jamal Wilkes with 14 in the second half. 22 for the game. And Kareem rejects it. Magic slows it up.
Now that's a key thing that he did. Not only back shot and keep it in play, but when they go inside where they have to go, they got to be aware that he's going to be there. So he may make them have to go to the outside shot, which would be in the Lakers' favor.
Wilkes holds, and Kareem shook his head. He wanted the ball that time. Missed the shot. Cooper keeps it in play to Wilkes. Over to Noam Nixon.
And now it's the Lakers who are getting the long rebound to the second shot.
They get a field goal here, they're going to be hard to beat. Clock certainly in their favor now.
1:25. The smaller, quicker lineup on the floor. John Johnson must go with Wilkes. Kareem, sky up. 94-88. 1:15 now for the champions.
94-88. Well, he's doing it at both ends. Kareem is...
Here's Gus, the Wizard, squeezes the trigger, he's short. And it goes to Jamal in the corner. Jamal hasn't knocked, he's got it. Pressure, Kareem, just as you pointed out, Outrod gets it across the line now to Nixon. 94-88 and inside of a minute. Nixon sends it back over to Magic. Magic comes inside, hands to Kareem, clock winds down. Kareem for the left side, tap, control Magic up off the glass. Magic again comes out, 38 seconds, and the whistle is sounded. So the Lakers are in control after trailing by 21.
First team foul in the last 2 minutes.
Here's your play again. Magic to the hoop, shovels it off. Kareem just finally finds the handle, puts it up. It's way off the mark.
This is better than a field goal because it keeps the clock running.
And Magic smartly brings it back out. That's a real good play. 37 seconds left.
94-88. Send it across now to Magic. Checks the clock. Final 30 seconds. Dennis fouled him, and he'll come on up now. Free throw time for Magic Johnson, and let's watch that right on as he releases the ball. It's 94-88 and 29 seconds, and the Lakers came up here hoping for a split, and they could very well wind up with a sweep. Short on the free throw. Had that one. Final 29 seconds. 95-88. A 7-point Laker lead. They give the three-pointer to Dennis, and he hits it. And it's 95-91. 23 seconds. Magic controls, dribbles free, and he's fouled in the backcourt. Sonics again forced, but that three-pointer really alters the look, doesn't it, Russ, right down the stretch like that?
It sure does. That's why that free throw that Magic Johnson just made was so important, that second one. I thought that they needed that one at least to make it, so they have to get make it a 7-point instead of a 6-point lead, so that even 2 3-pointers wouldn't bring him back.
Magic back up at the free throw line, and Russ on hitting that one now. That gives him 15 points here in game 4.
He's got one more.
Penalty coming up. 96-91, a 5-point Laker lead. Game 5 would be Wednesday night in the Forum. Shelton takes it off. 20 seconds. They'll go for the three-pointer. John Johnson's inside of the mark. Hit the two-pointer. 96-93 in 15 seconds. Now it's back down to 3, and a turnover, and a three-pointer suddenly can tie this game. Timeout called by the Lakers, and Paul Westhead now will talk to the offense about getting the ball up.
If I was going to foul anybody, I would go for Magic Johnson because of that bad arm. Although he's got to handle the ball, I would foul him right away and make him have to shoot 2 free throws.
O'Lenny bending in the Sonic huddle.
Because they don't match up with foul.
Yeah. Now, everybody stay up on a dime, okay? He gets the ball. The man is taking the ball out of bounds. He's got to kind of open up, see what else. Go to that guy, run over the trap and get the foul and get out.
Norman comes off. Read me? Norman comes off. If he's open and keep coming to the ball, he's coming nice and high for you. See what I'll do next. If he's open, he gets it. We'd like to get it up in here so he can dribble it. If he's not, after this, not a screen, just roll open. Magic comes to the ball. If he's not open, now the big fella's coming right up high and you're going to give it to him.
Spread out, man. Try not to get fouled. Send Norm this way. Got all times out.
All right, well, you just go opposite where Norm goes. Well, look around.
All right, the last 15 seconds, and because of the three-point basket this year in the NBA, the world champions have got a chance to send this one into overtime. They've played 3 overtime games already in the playoffs, once against Portland, twice against Milwaukee, and of course against Milwaukee with time running out in game 1, Dennis Johnson hit a critical three-pointer. On Super Sunday in the Boston Garden, Dennis hit one. They don't quit in Seattle. Jamal will use a timeout. No! A 5-second violation. It goes over to the Sonics. The Sonics with a chance on the 5-second. Jamal wanted to get the timeout, did not call it in time. The Sonics now with 14 seconds and the three-pointer in effect.
How did the clock move if the ball never get in play? How do you go from 15 to 14 without the ball getting in play?
He'll get it back to 15. Jake O'Donnell is saying the same thing to the scorers now. They're going to get a 15-second
Put it up the
clock.
end or
Jake is
I got
checking
the
with
job,
the
then
timer.
watch me. All right, go.
There will be 15 seconds. There has to be. The ball was not thrown in bounds. 15, Paul Mahalik just signals to me. 15 on the violation, so that clock is not correct. The ball was not thrown in. Here's what's
off. Who's never played a man out of bounds, it'll probably be Silas or JJ. Lay in and look to help picking off the pass, so you can double a little. Where are you, Norman? Let's say it's JJ. Silk, you're laying off. We want to deny, let's say, Freddie up to the ball. But if he gets it, you're going to come over and do a double with us, all right? So we're going to double on their shooter. And if it's DJ or Freddie, let's keep them back into the left, because that's where the help will come. All right, if they score 2 or 3, you take it out of bounds and look. If you got an open guy, hit him. If we get it to you, dribble it. If you don't have an open guy, call a timeout. You're all right. Let's go.
So the Lakers break out, and now it is up to the Sonics with the story here, and that is really not a correct one. There are 15 seconds left in this game, and the crowd has been informed of that fact. The scoring table will have it exactly right. They'll keep the accurate time over there. And because of the Sonic defense, the Lakers could not get the ball inbounds within the allotted 5 seconds. Now the Sonics will have Brown, Dennis Johnson, Sigma, Shelton, and Gus Williams on the floor against Michael Cooper, Magic Johnson, Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So what they will do is start this clock a second later. Ooh, they'll give them a full second here in Seattle on this, won't they? Inbounds pass now to the corner. Freddie Brown maneuvers. Three-pointer is short. taken down by Jamal Wilkes. 10 seconds, Dennis Johnson pops back in and fouls him, and they'll come up to the other end of the backcourt foul. Goes against Dennis, who popped over in the corner.
Now he's got 3 chances to make 2. 1 free throw out of the 3 is all you need.
Paul Westhead relaxing perhaps for the first time since he set foot in this arena Friday night. And Lenny Wilkins sitting back and thinking about what might have been here with Seattle. And there is the free throw.
That should do it. Now Seattle would probably call timeout and try to get another 3-pointer. So they're going to need 2 3-pointers now in the last 9 seconds.
And for
they're out of
Wilkes,
timeouts. They're out of timeouts.
24 points. Stolen, tied up, Magic and Gus will jump by.
And he had to do that with one hand because he can't use that right hand.
Last 5 seconds. Controlled by the Lakers, and they're going to go back to Los Angeles, leading 3 games to 1. Let's quickly now go across to Hot Rod Hundley, who is off, and we're going to come on back and check with Hot Rod. He will have one of the Lakers with him. The Lakers win it, and they can wrap it up Wednesday night in Los Angeles. We'll be right back.
Well, the Lakers win it 98-93, and Coach Paul Westhead, Freddie Brown had a chance to tie. Was that a 3-pointer?
I think it was a 2.5. He had both feet straddled, and it didn't go down, so it doesn't matter now.
Well, that's an incredible comeback. You were down by 21.
Thanks, Rod.
Okay, good luck to you, Paul.
Right, thank you.
And Kareem, in the 4th quarter, today's game, it looked like they're going to you. And we go back to game 1, won by Seattle. You didn't get a shot in the 4th period, but it was certainly different in this game.
Well, we figured that if they're going to stunt like that, there are things that we can do. And by the 4th quarter, they were just trying to overplay me with one man and get some help after I had the ball. So, like, I would get the ball and then get the shot off before the help could come.
And, of course, Wilkes, that kind of helps when he's hitting outside.
Yeah, when he hits it outside, that puts a whole lot of pressure on the defense. They can't play me and play him, you know, with a tricky defense. They have to be more honest, and that gives us a chance to do what we do best.
How about defense yourself? I mean, there's some of the fouls that look like you're sticking that left leg out every now and then when a guy drives by you.
Well, you know, they do that to me all the time, and they never call it, so I just figured I could do it to them, but I guess that's not the case.
Are you going to wrap it up now down in L.A.?
We hope so. We have a lot of respect for Seattle. It's not going to be any cakewalk, but I think we got a good chance to do it then.
Anybody you want to say hello to?
Can I say hello to Moms and Pops?
All right, great. We'll see you. All right, right back to you, Brett.
All right, the last 18 minutes, Los Angeles outscored Seattle 50-24 to overcome that 21-point lead. Earlier today, after this victory by the Lakers, Philadelphia wrapped up the Eastern Conference Championship 105-94 over the Boston Celtics. Thanks to our crew that did its usual outstanding job here in Seattle on this Sunday afternoon as the Los Angeles Lakers come to the Great Northwest with the series even at a game apiece, and they break through and beat the defending world champions twice. And now on Wednesday night, the scene shifts back to the Forum in Los Angeles, where the Lakers can wrap up the Western Conference Championship as they need only one victory, and then they would be matched against the Doctor, Philadelphia, for the World Championship of the NBA. All right, Bill Russell, what'd you think about the job that Kareem and the Lakers did here coming back? You called it. You told me at halftime it ain't over.
Well, I could see some things that were happening, and they played about the way I expected them to play the second half. They started out tough defensively. When they went into halftime, that was not the same team that came out the second half. They made some adjustments, and it worked out for them. The coach did an excellent job preparing for the second half.
I want to go back to one thing that Kareem said. We have a lot of respect for Seattle. Well, they should. Last year, I can remember this team going down in Phoenix and winning a 6-game. Russ and you and I were in Milwaukee with Hot Rod. They won a 6-game and then a 7. I would never count Seattle out until the 4th victory for someone is over. They are too tough in the clutch.
They're playing different teams in Phoenix and Milwaukee, though.
All right, we'll see you Wednesday night from the Forum in Los Angeles. For Hot Rod Hundley and Bill Russell, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from the University of Washington, where the Lakers have taken a 3-1 lead on the Sonics. Have a nice week, everybody. We'll see you Wednesday night.
The Iranians say the connection between the Shah and Henry Kissinger hurts